what can you imagine guys going to Bill Belichick and saying, you know what, Bill, can you just release me? Sure, no problem. Here, let me just
anything else you want?
Yeah, wow. It's amazing to me that their final roster, actually 2 guys are gone now.
Yeah,
from the 53-man original roster.
So we're down to 51.
That's crazy.
Dropping like flies. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's. I do find it interesting, and
it's a little bit of a inauspicious start to the season, I would say.
Yes, and for him to sort of make the illusion, and I get it, the old "you can't fire me, I quit" kind of thing. Who really wanted out? Did they both want out? But you're right, 2 guys from the 53-man roster, not on the 53-man roster now, in part because they wanted out of town. Is that a bad sign? I don't know. Because I did say that I thought Kendrick Bourne being here was a sign that they're keeping their best players. Because I still think he's one of your best players. I think if you went 1 to 53 and ranked him, Kendrick Bourne, given his experience and everything, if healthy, and the reports are he is indeed healthy, he can go to San Francisco and probably start playing. I think he's one of your best players. So, but it didn't work out.
He's definitely better than your 9th offensive lineman.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely. So I don't know, Fitzy, does this bother you that guys are asking off the boat? They don't want to be here anymore.
No, I see what you're saying is they see a sinking ship or a distress signal has been sent out internally, so they feel like they need to bail while the getting is good. I think they just don't see the kind of future they envision for themselves. Yeah. Kendrick Bourne probably sees a much grander role in a Minnesota with the 49ers or Cardinals or multiple other teams as opposed to being wide receiver 5 in New England.
It's just I'm curious, though. I don't know what his salary is, but to ask for
$6 million.
Does he think he's going to get $6 million?
Well, no, I think that would be part of it, because if they wanted to pay him, they would have traded for him, right? Like, then they would just take out the middleman, not have to fight for him, right? The 49ers really wanted him. They would trade for the salary.
It's just a risk for Kendrick Bourne to say, hey, trade me, and to assume you're going to get $6 million somewhere else.
Maybe he just wanted out. Maybe he realized I'm not going to get the opportunities.
Or he felt like he was going to get cut eventually and might as well just get it done now.
Probably, which is what I thought. I thought there was a chance you were kind of keeping him around as insurance to make sure Diggs can play. All right, you get to week 2 and Diggs is out on the field for 2 weeks. Right. Okay, he's here. Yeah. And then maybe, your boy Efton Chisholm, Fitzy. Oh, okay, you know what? He can compete. Maybe he's not Wes Welker, but he can compete. Bourne, you're the odd man out. We just wanted to keep you around just in case something went sideways with a couple of guys. So there's probably some truth to that. Or just flat out that he's buried. Because everybody in the world knew he was like the 7th or 8th receiver on the depth chart. Go somewhere. If you're going to be buried on a better team, right? To be buried on a team that Ted Johnson just downgraded from a 10-win to an 8-win, who knows?
But to Fitzy's point, I think he's right. It's hard for me to believe that these guys are saying, this is a sinking ship on one out. I feel like it's guys don't care. They care about their own personal role first and foremost, and then the team second. So it's really they don't like their roles, not that they think this is a sinking ship. Is my guess.
And Fitzy, he might think he's better, and he might be, but he might think he's better than Mac Hollins. He might think he's better than Booty, whoever. All these guys.
Mm-hmm. And Kayshon Booty, probably not Pop Douglas, but he thinks he probably deserves a wide receiver type 3 role, and unfortunately, given the fact that he took longer to recover from the ACL than a Steph Diggs, and he was beset by a camp injury. He just didn't get a chance to showcase and show out, so off he goes. I just think it's crazy that a guy like Kendrick Bourne, who we all believe can contribute to another team, leaves town with 0 compensation.
Yeah, and he's been a little snake bitten here, too. That might be part of it. After the first year with injuries, and remember he was in the doghouse with Patricia, right? Wasn't Patricia mad at him for something in 20?
So some people thought it was the Carolina training camp joint practice fight, but I think he just didn't buy into Patricia's offense at all.
Oh, they were anybody that was talking behind the scenes. They were
right.
Because that's that coaching staff. They're paranoid,
right?
So Jacoby Myers out, Kendrick Bourne out,
right? So he kind of after that good first year, he was kind of snake bitten here between being in the doghouse, being injured, different things, even right to this year. Maybe this plays out differently if he doesn't get hurt this summer, right? Maybe he has a great training camp, and now he's in a role where he's like one of the top 2 or 3 receivers, and he likes it here, and he sees where it's going, and maybe he doesn't ask. But I don't know. I don't think you're going to necessarily be a different team because you cut Kendrick Bourne. I
I agree. I did like his energy, though.
Yeah.
I thought he was, if he's a guy, that kind of lifted the moods, and it was energy and positive on a team for the last few years that didn't have much to be positive about. And I just thought it was a good influence on the rest of the guys.
Ted, what do you think about this text, the 413? Patriots are better off without guys who aren't honored to be part of the New England Patriots.
Ooh. Yikes. That's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
These are independent contractors. They're hired mercenaries first and foremost, and they care about making theirs and getting theirs and taking care of their family first and then family second.
Yeah.
Sorry, you would be the same way, Texter.
Absolutely.
If you were on a team.
I think your boy Ty Law once put it in a press conference. I'm Ty Law, president and CEO of Ty Law Inc.
That's it.
That's my role here. Doesn't mean he can't be a team player. And even Vrabel brought that up at one point. Remember he had the press conference where he said, guys want to do well for themselves so that they can make money, but they also have to do well for the team.
But it's that kind of thinking, I think, that's gotten the Patriots in trouble. I think they've thought they were better that everybody wants to come play for the Patriots. Who doesn't want six world Super Bowl titles? Tom Brady's not here anymore, and you guys don't pay. No thanks.
You want me to list the guys? Was that a rhetorical question, or did you want to go down
ahead,
like the Brandon Ayuk road and guys like that?
To you, bub.
Right, like all these guys, DK Metcalf, like even back in the day, remember Matthew Stafford left, and there was part of his do not trade list was the Patriots.
My man down in Tampa Bay that took $10 million,
way less money to stay in Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin. So that's there's a long list of guys that didn't want to come play for the New England Patriots of late, and just for the honor of being part of the New England Patriots.
Yep.
Fitzy, are you like Ted? I don't want to do all total season predictions right here, but Ted, I just think in his 3-point stance said something pretty interesting. I think he was pretty optimistic a month and a half ago, whenever that was, heading into camp. And now he has downgraded at least 2 wins, and just the tone of how he sees this team, the lack of depth, the lack of talent. Are you going down that same road?
Ted's gotten in the Tedmobile and is driving
by himself.
He's driving himself. It's not autonomous. He's stepping on the gas all the way down from 10 to 8. I'm driving. I'm cruising there as well. I think I'm somewhere in the 9 to 8.5 range now. I think I'm firmly in the camp of if this team goes 8-9, and they're, like I've said many a time, and they're in a lot of these games, and Drake May looks like he's your quarterback of the future, and you make the fans proud, that's a hell of a season. They don't need to win 11 games. I think we need to pump the brakes on. Let's just start by pumping the brakes on the playoff talk first. Maybe they do finish 9-8. Holy smokes, that would be incredible.
It's funny though. I mean, you listen to every. Devin McCourty thinks this is a playoff team. Everyone, Nick Wright thinks it's a playoff team. Colin Cowherd thinks it's a playoff team. Chris Sims thinks it's a playoff team, and it's like, and not even do they think they're playoff. It's going to be the best rebounding team. It's like. A top 5 defense? I mean, Devin McCourty thinks this is a top 5 defense. I think he's out of his mind.
And that's the most interesting one to me because the other guys, Nick Wright, Colin Cowherd, Chris Sims, those are national guys that maybe haven't been following every detail of the summer, every up and down and training camp. Devin McCourty
do they
did
know
the
that Gonzo's in sweats again today, Andy?
Right. Like, they don't know details of this. They're still in a month and a half ago off-season mode, won the off-season, won the draft.
Yeah.
Devin McCourty did the preseason
I'm
games.
like, bro,
he's very prepared.
What am I missing?
Yeah.
Top 5 defense.
Now, you could argue he did the preseason games. Maybe he's once a Patriot, always Patriot, too close, inside the building kind of thing. Yeah. But no, you're not missing anything. In fact, you've come to welcome to my side of the street where this roster's a little thin.
So Genius walks in
now with the big Ted next to him. That's right. We're arm in arm as we head towards a season that might not be as optimistic as some of us once thought.